Well, Thrive Nation, what I find is a lot of wonderful listeners listen to our show year after year. In fact, we had one listener named Ronnie Morales that you're going to hear about on a part 2 of today's show. You're going to hear his story on part 2 of today's show. He listened to the Thrivetime Show podcast for 9 consecutive years before going to Thrivetime Show and scheduling a free 13-point assessment. And I'm not exactly sure why he didn't fill out the form. I think a lot of it has to do with maybe he didn't think that he could do it, or maybe he didn't think that he was the right fit, or maybe he didn't think he was up to it. And so what I try to do on the Thrive Time shows, I try to interview actual real clients that I call diligent doers, people that are actually implementing the proven path to success, actual clients we work with that are willing to put in the real work needed to produce real success selling their real products. And so without any further ado, Sandra, welcome on to the Thrive Time Show. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excited to have you here. Now, I'm going to pull up your website so our listeners can verify that you are, in fact, a real person. So tell us, what is your web address there, Chief?
It's fernvalleysoap.com.
fernvalleysoap.com. Okay, now if you give me just 1 second, folks, I'm going to pull it up real quick here. And as I pull it up, I'm going to pull it up just 1 second here. It's pulling up. Okay, so tell us, fernvalleysoap.com, what are the products that you offer there at fernvalleysoaps.com?
We make handmade goat milk soap. Everything's made with fresh goat's milk from our own goats on our own farm. And we do all kinds of soaps, from aggressive hand cleaners to really nice shower bars. And we do them for men, we do them for women.
Now, what kind of goats do you raise?
Oh, well, we raise dairy goats. So we have some La Manchas and some Nubians and some Saanens. We don't have a particular breed, and some of them are crossbred.
So if we were to look up Nubian goat, you tell me if this looks I want to make sure our listeners have some context. Does this look like one of your goats here? Does this look like a goat that could fit into your group of goats?
Yes, the third one over, that's a Nubian, definitely.
And what do you call a large group of goats?
A herd.
A herd of goats. Okay. And then, okay, just making sure we're getting the goat technology all nailed down here, the goat terminology. So you have Nubian goats, other goats. And when did you first have the idea to start fernvalleysoaps.com?
Well, it really started as a hobby. We were milking the largest goat herd in California. We weren't making any money. And my daughter, who I was a partner with, her and her husband, got pregnant, and she had twins. So that was child 3 and 4. She was instantly housebound. And so I came in from the barn one day, and she's like, I'm going to make some soap. And if I wait till the kids get older, I won't get to do it. And I said, I don't really care. I'm going back to the barn. They're all giving birth. And so she made soap. And from there, it was just a hobby. It went into some like farmers markets, and she did some craft fairs, and we got interest. And from there, it just took off.
Now, I'm going to get some numbers here. My understanding is, Jordan's had the opportunity to work with you quite a bit over this past year, and he's always bragging on you, and he loves the product and speaks really highly of you and your team. Jordan, what makes Sandra such a great client to work with?
Excuse me. The first thing is, she doesn't, there's no commentary. We talk about what needs to happen, what she needs to do, and then she goes and does it. So
there's not like a lot of pushback about the proven system that we need to implement, you're saying?
No, we go over, this week we need to do this, and she's like, awesome. It's on my list. It's on the agenda. I see it. I'm going to go do it.
And you are up, I think, 42.2% this year. Is that correct there, Miss Sandra?
Yes, it is.
So tell me this, and I'm going to pull up your website again for our listeners, because you provide this product to people in all 50 states. Who are your ideal and likely buyers? Like, who typically goes to Fern Valley Soaps and buys your product, or who typically is a ideal buyer for you?
People who like good quality soaps, who care about what they're putting on their skin. Those are the people who buy a lot of our shower bars. And then our Humboldt hand soap, which is the one you see right there in the middle, that is a soap for anybody who works with their hands. Mechanics, carpenters, plumbers, farmers. It takes off everything. It's a natural product, and it leaves your hands moisturized when it's done. So we make soap for all kinds of people. If you use soap, we got something for you.
Now, one of the things we do with all of our clients is we insist on tracking everything. We want to know what's working and what's not working. Sandra, how much has that helped you to have a tracking sheet where you can see what's working and what is not working?
It's really important. I had a tracking sheet before I started working with you guys, but not to the extent that we use now. And I think it's really helps me make daily decisions. I don't have to think about it. I review it every Monday. I know what I did the previous week. I know what's going on. So I don't have to go, oh, gee, I wonder if I should do this, or I wonder what that looks like. It's like I already know what all that looks like. So I can make decisions and keep going.
Now, one of the marketing strategies, whenever we work with a client, we want to help you grow, and we want to help you create a three-legged marketing stool, or basically a proven path to obtain new clients. That's not all we do, but that's one of the areas we want to focus on nice and early. And one of the marketing strategies that you implement and you do very well is called the Dream 100. And this is where you reach out methodically, systematically, hopefully without a lot of emotion, to your ideal and likely buyers to let them know that your product exists, so therefore people can experience it for the first time. So implementing the Dream 100 is a wonderful system to help people like yourself acquire clients, but nothing works unless you do. And Sandra, you're putting in the work. How has the Dream 100 system helped your company to grow?
It gave us huge growth. Once we got implemented, I'm going to be upfront. We were slow getting it implemented. But once we got it going, it has been huge for us. We opened 40 new grocery stores in a period of 3 months. And then we had to kind of stall our growth a little bit to catch up with production, because we don't just buy widgets and sell them. We make the soap that we sell. So we had to do a little catch up there.
Did you say that you've opened up 40 new grocery stores in 3 months at one point?
Yes.
That is awesome. That is exactly what we're looking for here, folks. Again, if you're out there listening today and you feel stuck or discouraged, we want to help you get unstuck. So let's keep looking at this here for a second. Now, when anybody reaches out and schedules a 13-point assessment, what I like to do is I like to figure out, can we help this person? That's why we always make the 13-point assessments free at thrivetimeshow.com. So the box number one, it's very important. Every single client knows your yearly revenue goals and your weekly revenue goals. And I believe you guys have those documented. Second is you got to know how much soap you have to sell to break even, or how much stuff you have to sell to break even. Third is you have to know how many hours per week that you're willing to work and what your boundaries are in terms of what you're willing to put in. Sandra, would love to get your thoughts. Jordan's always bragging on your work ethic and your desire to be successful. What are kind of your boundaries with your schedule in terms of what are you doing with your schedule to make time to grow Fern Valley goat milk soaps?
We come from a dairy background, which is always 7 days a week. The animals always need to be milked and they always need to be fed. And so that's kind of where we were raised. That's where I was raised. So we work 5 days or 6 days a week consistently. We set aside Sunday for family time and church. And our days are long. My daughter gets up at 1 a.m. and makes soap overnight. I'm typically at the desk by 5 a.m. But it's all good. We have a great time and we're enjoying it.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So now, as we get again, folks, if you're out there today and you feel stuck, and whether you're selling goat soap or something else, we want to help you get unstuck, but you got to schedule that free 13-point assessment so we can get to know you and see if it's a good fit. Now, box 4, you had to define your unique value proposition. Now, this is wonderful because before I met you, you had already really nailed down this incredible soap that everybody loves. I mean, this is a great gift for people for the holidays, a great gift for a birthday. People love the soap. So we didn't have to sit down and really work with you on making a unique value proposition that your customers love. But could you share with our listeners, what kind of reaction do you get from customers who buy your soap for the first time?
They love it. And we get back so many positive reviews and stuff on our soap constantly. Like I had 4 come in this morning. Just people, I love it. It's the first time I've ever bought it. I gave it for a gift. My sister-in-law loves it. I mean, our customers, I think that's the thing that prompted us to keep making soap was the love. From day one, the customers have loved us, loved what we do. And that just makes it so much fun to be in business.
And I think that a lot of people listening to today's show, you might connect with that, folks, where you have a product that people love, but you're just struggling to market it and get it out there to more people and to make it a profitable business. And so, again, if you have a product that people love, that's great. That's an important step. The next step is marketing to people that don't know you. Now, improving your branding. A big part of improving your branding, and there's other details we work on, but we want to make sure we help optimize our clients' websites, and it's really important that we help optimize your online reputation. So if people are looking you up, they can find countless video testimonials, Google reviews. How have the reviews impacted your business? Google reviews, video reviews, online reputation. Do you ever hear feedback from potential buyers there about those reviews there, Sandra?
I do. I hear, that they saw the reviews, they listened to them, that they read the reviews. We are constantly getting feedback about what other people are saying about our soap. And it helps us. A lot of the reviews are from our retail customers, and that helps sell to our wholesale customer. So we're talking to a buyer at a pharmacy or a grocery store. We can share those reviews with them and go, this is what the customers are saying.
One of the things I love about what Jordan tells me, as far as working with you, is that you implement everything and you implement it quickly. And it's not a big committee thing. You just knock stuff out. And it's so, if you're out there today, folks, and you just want to know what to do, you say, hey, I'm willing to plow. I just need to know where to plow. We are the right system for you. If you're somebody out there that wants to emotionalize and talk about alignment and your feelings, that's not really what we do here. So now when people hit the website, or when you come in contact with a potential buyer, whether it be over the phone or on the website, what we want to do is convert those ideal and likely buyers into actual buyers. And a lot of that has to do with call scripting, creating one sheets, call scripting, creating one sheets and tracking the results. Can you talk about call scripting and how that's impacted your business?
We initiated some call scripting for our wholesale accounts when we're calling on off of the Dream 100. A lot of those are cold calls. So we created scripts to help us to make sure that we're consistently saying the things that we want to say to those people. And as we get through that list, you get a different response every time from a different, so we've got some different scenarios on which way that script can go.
And so has having those in place helped you?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything that we have implemented from you guys has helped us.
Amen. Amen to that. Now, having all the documents accessible in one place. So many entrepreneurs, it's like there's a Post-it note over here for the bank, a Post-it note over here for the customer, a Post-it note over there for the ideal and likely buyer, a journal over here with the Dream 100, a napkin with the and I feel like we've really helped to get a lot of things all in one place for you. Could you maybe comment on that, just the organizational aspect of coaching you down the right path?
That was huge. Because that was us. We had things scattered everywhere. And I was the only one who knew how to find everything. And so just getting it all we're using Dropbox now. Everybody knows how to get into Dropbox. We can share things. It's made our lives so much easier. It's enabled us to do things. And I didn't know how to do it. Honestly, I had no clue how to do what Jordan taught me how to do. So it's been wonderful.
Now, Jordan, one of the things we try to do with clients is help streamline the workflow.
Yeah.
I always tell people, nothing's worse than doing something efficiently that doesn't need to be done at all. A lot of times doing something efficiently that doesn't need to be done can be a waste of time. And a lot of times you don't even know where you're wasting time or where you should be spending your time unless you have a documented workflow. Could you tell us, Sandra, about the importance of having a documented workflow and streamlining your processes?
Because it makes you be more efficient and gives you time at the end of the day to do the other things that are on your to-do list you need to get to. So you need to get the routine things out of the way and then keep going on with growing your business.
So what would you say to anybody that is right now, they're going to your website and they're going, I think I might want to buy some soap for my cousin, for my mom, for my neighbor. I don't know what's the difference between the goat soap. And what would you say to somebody who's on the website right now thinking about buying from you?
Well, we made it really easy. Go up to the top of the website and go to the best sellers, and you're going to be looking at our best selling products. We also, if you put in your email address, you're going to get 20% off that first purchase. That's at the top of the website screen. So 20% off, go to the best sellers. It's like a no-brainer, and we've got a bulk buy deal. So if you buy 6 bars, you're going to save 10%. If you buy 18 bars, you're going to save 20%.
Now, Jordan, so many people ask me all the time on our 13-point assessments or at our workshops, they'll say, what's the most important step that you implemented to grow moralesbrothers.net? Or what was the most, and he's on part 2 of today's show, or what was the most important step that you implemented to grow colawfitness.com? And he's on part 2 of today's show. Or what was the most important step that you used to implement to help scale tiptopcanine.com? And they're on part 2 of today's show. And people are oftentimes looking for a specific ingredient, but I would tell people, if you're making a cake, I mean, what's the most important ingredient? Is it flour? Is it eggs? Is it milk? Is it... It's all of those working together. But people say, well, what's the most important part of growing the business? I would say, what's the most important component of your car? Is it the transmission? Is it the wheels? Is it the axles? Is it the transmission? It's all of those things working together. And so even though we just hit on a few of the core components of business success, we have to work on all those components together. We have to build repeatable systems, checklists, processes, scripts, branding, marketing, lead conversion, work on the accounting, the tracking. All of those things together produce a successful business. So I'd like to ask you this, Sandra, and then I'd like to get your thoughts on this too, Jordan. Sandra, what would you say to anybody out there who's thinking about scheduling a free 13-point assessment right now at thrivetimeshow.com?
Do it. You got absolutely nothing to lose. Just do it. Pick up the phone.
You know, Jordan, we only work with 160 clients, and I do that, one, because I don't hate you. We have wonderful clients like Sandra who, when they have a problem, we need to fix it right away. Yeah. So a lot of times we have great clients who, for whatever reason, their website got turned off for no reason of their own, but maybe their credit card expired over the weekend, or maybe their ads didn't go through, or maybe there's a burning fire. Jordan, can you explain why we do a 13-point assessment and why we only take on a certain number of clients?
Yeah, it's kind of like what Sandra just said. One, you have nothing to lose. So one, it's free and it's not a long thing. It's just one, we can't work with somebody who's not going to do the work, because then it won't work. It's like, oh, you want a car, but you don't want to put gas in it. Then it won't work at all. Yeah. So it's really that simple, because we can't help you grow if you're not going to do the work.
Sandra, final question I have for you, to encourage anybody out there that's maybe thinking about becoming a client or coming to one of our workshops. How would you describe how the overall experience has helped the overall business coaching experience has helped to grow your business? Because you are up by 42.2%. Jordan's bragging on you all the time, but how could you, what would you say in terms of how the business coaching, the one-on-one business coaching, has helped to transform your business?
I just think that it's given us a focus, like keeps me focused on what I need to do to scale the business up to get us to where we want to go. And I think we were we were at a point where we couldn't go any further without that expertise. We needed just a little bit of expertise. And then I really enjoy the coaching calls because they keep me focused. And I know I'm going to talk to Jordan at 5 o'clock on Tuesday morning every week. So on Monday night, if I don't have that tracking done, or I haven't uploaded my images or whatever, it's like, yeah, I'm going to push just a little bit harder to get that done, because that Tuesday 5 a.m. call's coming.
Now,
it's a really good incentive.
You don't advertise your soap to be the cheapest, nor do I advertise my business coaching to be the cheapest. Now, it is true there are soaps that cost a lot more than what you charge. It is true there's a lot of business consulting companies that charge a lot more than what we charge. And just like your business, we operate our business at a certain profitable number. In our case, we operate at a 20% margin. So when I tell somebody you're going to pay $1,700 a month for one-on-one coaching on a month-to-month basis, that allows us to operate at a profit of about $340 a month for a client. Could you maybe share from your perspective the value of that $1,700 a month?
It's huge value for me. I mean, I'll just put it into this term. We were spending $1,500 a month on Google Ads and getting nothing in return. And you guys go, shut it off. And I'm like, shut it off. And I shut it off. And I did what you said. And that saved money we're saving right there in Google Ads, and is paying for you guys, and we're growing the business. So there you go. I guess that's my
I love working with you, because we do all that. We do photography, video, web, search engine, all that stuff's included. But it's not possible unless we're working with great, diligent doers like yourself. So for anybody out there, if you haven't yet visited the website, and Jordan, what we're going to do today is we're going to do it today. We're going to go to fernvalleysoaps.com. We'll do it in the next hour.
Oh, yeah.
Jordan, we're going to place an order, okay? Because here's the deal. My mom just had her 71st birthday.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like we need to go ahead and get started for next year. So we'll go ahead and place the order today while we're still talking about it.
That's fair.
fernvalleysoaps.com. I think we're a repeat customer, so we won't put in our email for the discount, but we'll go ahead and buy some soap right now. And if you're out there today, I encourage you, buy some soap today from fernvalleysoaps.com. Sandra, thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye. Well, Thrive Nation, we have an opportunity all the time. We have so many wonderful people that go to thrivetimeshow.com and they reach out to us to schedule a 13-point assessment. We also have a lot of people that go to thrivetimeshow.com and they schedule a free 13-point assessment, and they're not a good fit. Because I only work with diligent doers. I only work with people that are willing to actually implement the proven systems that Dr. Zellner and I both teach and implement in our own companies. So people say, I do want to grow my business 7 times faster. I do want to reduce my working hours. I do want to increase my time freedom and my profits. I think we're all in agreement that that's a good thing. However, we can only help people that are willing to put the work in. And on today's show, we're joined by a man by the name of Ronnie Morales. His company is moralesbrothers.net. I hold him in high regard because he and his family-owned business, they actually are growing. I would call it dramatically. When you look at this, Inc. magazine right now shows that 96% of businesses fail. Inc. magazine says 96% of businesses fail. That's not good. Whereas this guy's business isn't growing by 10%, it isn't growing by 20%. It is growing dramatically. But again, if Ronnie Morales had filled out the form and had scheduled a consultation and wasn't willing to actually implement what we were teaching, it would all be for naught. So I'm excited for you to meet somebody who I would consider to be a diligent doer. He's based in Richmond, Texas. And without any further ado, Ronnie Morales, welcome onto the Thrivetime Show. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks, Clay.
Hey, so how did you first hear about us? How did you hear about the Thrivetime Show?
I listened to your Thrivetime Show podcast for those 7 years, and I was learning so much. I was like, man, I got to give this guy a try.
So you listened to our podcast 7 years ago?
Yeah.
Really?
7 years.
Do you remember the first podcast you listened to 7 years ago?
I don't remember. I listened to so many of them.
Okay.
I still listened to, more than once.
Now, when you're listening to the podcast, I try to feature clients on the show so that there's real people really doing it, really implementing the systems. When did it occur to you that you might want to, go ahead and fill out the form at thrivetimeshow.com and schedule a consultation?
I got to the point to where I just needed to take the next step. And I've been in coaching before, like group coaching and different things like that. But I just felt like everybody on your show was making tremendous changes in their business. And coming from you and Dr. Z, I felt like y'all had the experience. And it didn't matter if it was, because I've been used to doing construction, like peer groups and construction coaching, where it's contractors only. Well, I felt like, you know what, I need somebody business minded to help me grow this. I don't necessarily need a group of just contractors. I needed somebody that knows the business part of it.
And what kind of growth have you had since you began working with us as far as a percentage? Do you know a percentage or what kind of growth?
Yeah, so we had about a 57% increase from last year's first quarter to this year's first quarter. So that was huge for us. And personal growth too. I honestly, just as a business leader and team member here in my company, I've grown a lot to be a better leader, learn how to delegate better, learn how to get these 15-minute huddles started every morning. And it's just been great. I'm just continue to learn, and I can't wait to keep moving forward.
Well, people always ask me, they say, what's the most important part of business consulting? And that would be, to me, like asking a baker, what's the most important ingredient in a cookie? I mean, is it the flour? Is it the sugar? Is it the eggs? I would say if you take out any one of those core ingredients, you're going to have a weird tasting cookie. So in our business consulting, we focus on marketing, branding, sales, hiring, leadership, management, accounting, all of those things. So let's kind of go through the process from just a branding perspective and a marketing perspective. How has the business consulting impacted your company?
No, it's been great. The branding, the marketing. I mean, people around town are telling us, hey, I've seen your trucks here and there. I see you all over the place. When people are searching Google or whatever it is, they're finding our videos and they're reaching out to us. I think one of the biggest parts with business coaching for me has been the accountability. Like just having somebody to tell me like, hey, get this, and this done, and have it done by this day. And, we move on to the next step. So, it's been great.
Now we have a weekly meeting. The purpose of a weekly meeting is so that you have a week to get your homework done. We have a week to do our homework. I mean, we do photography, videography, web development, search engine optimization, and you and I meet on Saturdays at 6:30 a.m. I find a lot of my clients like to meet in the mornings. How important is it to have that weekly meeting? Because I'm 42, but when I was 21, I was hiring business consulting programs that would do quarterly meetings or oftentimes even monthly meetings. And I found that nothing got done. How important is it for you to have a weekly meeting?
I think it's very important as a business owner to have that weekly accountability to make sure you're staying on schedule. Because as a business owner, you wear so many hats. It makes it difficult to get the important things done that you need to get done, but that you want to put on the back burner. But when you know you have somebody to be accountable to, and it's a weekly thing, and they're steadily putting in your ear, like, you got to get these things done. Get the reviews. Get the video testimonials. It just makes it to where you have an assignment and they just get it done.
Now, at the business conferences, we walk people through the entire system. This is the system we teach from. This is from my newest book called A Millionaire's Guide to Becoming Sustainably Rich, which everyone can download for free right now at thrivetimeshow.com/millionaire. You and I, we track the numbers every week. So box number 1, we establish those revenue goals. We do that. We know the break-even numbers. We know how many hours you're willing to work. This is crazy. You're married. Your wife loves you. You love your wife. I'm not ever advocating during our coaching meetings like, forsake your family and grow your company. Can you talk about that, how important it is to work with maybe a coach that understands that you want to have a healthy family and a healthy company?
Oh, I think it's very important. Like yesterday, I had a good dinner with my wife, and we had a good evening with live music and really enjoyed each other's company. I took my kids camping twice this month already for 4 days, and we're enjoying the summer. But I think it's very important that as a business owner, as you put the hours in, put the hard work in, but you also take the time to spend with friends and family. I mean, it's important. Rising up early to get my meditation time is very important to me too. So I think just, again, having somebody that knows the value of these things is important.
Yeah, as we go through, I mean, you are knocking it out with the marketing and the branding and all the things we have to do to optimize your website and make the ads work. We've determined your unique value proposition. We've improved the branding. We have a 3-legged marketing stool. We know how to generate leads online and offline and referrals. The sales process, and I'm not picking on you, but I mean this, you're like a super humble guy. So I feel like that the sales process was something that once you learned the proven process, you kind of took to it right away. But I think a lot of contractors don't want to come across as too aggressive or too passive or too whatever. And I feel like the sales process of your team really doing a good job of calling all the leads, and the calls are recorded for quality assurance. I feel like that's been a big needle mover for you. Maybe I'm wrong. I'd love to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, no, it's been great. I had my own way before I joined your team. I had my own way of sales, and what I thought was working really wasn't working. And at first I put up a wall, but once I was opened up to the why you do it the certain ways you do it, it really opened up more ways to be more successful. With the call scripts, with the recorded calls, we're still tweaking scripts and things like that, but it's like an ongoing process. But it's been great, and I think that it has helped us a lot. We call our leads back right away, within hours, a few hours, most of the time. And it's just important. And we've gotten a lot of leads, and where I needed to hire my first sales employee.
And now we're working on more of the systems, creating these repeatable systems and managing a larger group of people in that daily huddle. Can you talk? I hammer all my clients that it's so important to have a daily huddle with your team, to huddle with your team every morning and to have a weekly staff meeting. Could you talk about the importance of implementing these human resource strategies for managing people and what impact that's had for your company?
Yeah, so the impact of daily huddles have for my company is that it brought the team together. All of our employees, which is 17 of us full time, it's brought us all together to where we get to see each other in the mornings and grow together. We start off with some wins, keep it brief. We go over company updates. Then we go over all our projects, and we ask how's that client doing? Is the project on schedule? But what it did, it helped us a lot with the daily interruptions with, hey, so what's going on here? And these questions that could be answered in the morning. So they learn to answer these important questions in the morning so that there's less interruption throughout the day.
Now, the final 2 areas I wanted to cover here is, there's so much to growing a company, and that's what we talk about on our weekly coaching calls. But building a sustainable and repetitive weekly schedule, like every week we're doing the group interview. Every week, we're gathering objective reviews from clients. Every week, we're gathering before and after images. Every week, you're gathering testimonials from your happy clients. You have to do this stuff every week. It's like a garden. You got to pull the weeds every week. Could you talk about the importance of having these human resource systems in place where you do these systems every week, so it's, proactive as opposed to reactive, doing these same things over and over?
Yeah, I think it's important to do it every week, and repeat them so that things don't fall through the cracks. And if you get too relaxed on not doing it, or you go 2 or 3 weeks without listening to recorded calls, or whatever it may be, you start to slack off a little bit. The next thing you know, you're in trouble. And now you're putting out another fire that wouldn't have been there if you would have been on track and keeping up with the systems and processes. So just doing it repeatedly helps with building that system. Everybody knows it's this day at this time. Our morning huddles are every day from 7:07, last 15 minutes. And it's everybody knows to be there. And it's just been great.
Now, final 2 questions for you. People out there that maybe want to do business with you, they're hearing about you. Again, it's very hard to gather objective Google reviews if people don't like you. It's very hard to gather video testimonials if people don't like the work you do. What's your website, and how do people, go ahead and get a hold of you if they're looking to hire you guys for maybe a big project?
Yeah, so our website is moralesbrothers.net. And you can definitely just fill out our get in touch form to reach out to us. And I personally will actually be in touch with you and have a conversation with you.
And for anybody out there that's contemplating coming to one of our workshops or scheduling a free 13-point assessment, what word of encouragement or what advice would you have for anybody out there?
Well, I would say don't wait any longer. Jump in, because if I would have jumped in 7 years ago, I would have been in a whole different place today. So
I guarantee you would be. I'll say this though, and I'm not prophetic. I'm saying you're on pace. You're on pace to have a business that's going to be about 5 times larger than what it was when I first met you. And I say that because the first thing you see is the leads coming in, and you start to see new teammates joining your team, and you're building that foundation for success. And I totally see you guys going to a great place right now. So I wish I would have met you earlier. That's my only complaint. But that's Ronnie Morales. Ronnie, I really appreciate you. I'll give you the final word. What do you want to say to everybody out there that's maybe contemplating taking their business to the next level?
Like I said, guys, don't wait any longer. Reach out to Clay and the team, do your assessment, and be a diligent doer.
Amen to that. Ronnie Morales, take care, sir. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
The number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year. We are Jared and Jennifer Johnson. We own Platinum Pest and Lawn and are located in Owasso, Oklahoma. And we have been working with Thrive for business coaching for almost a year now.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to share some wins with you guys that we've had by working with Thrive. First of all, we're on the top page of Google now. Okay. I just want to let you know what type of accomplishment this is. Our competition, Orkin, Terminex, they're both $1.3 billion companies. They both have 2,000 to 3,000 pages of content attached to their website. So to basically go from virtually non-existent on Google to up on the top page is really saying something. But that's come by being diligent to the systems that Thrive has, by being consistent and diligent on doing podcasts and staying on top of those podcasts to really help with getting up on with their listing and ranking there with Google.
And also we've been trying to get Google reviews, asking our customers for reviews. And now we're the highest rated and most reviewed pest and lawn company in the Tulsa area. And that's really helped with our conversion rate. And the number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year.
Wait, say that again. How much are we up?
411%.
Okay, so 411% we're up with our new customers. Amazing.
Right. So not only do we have more customers calling in, we're able to close those deals at a much higher rate than we were before. Right now, our closing rate is about 85%, and that's largely due to, first of all, like our Google reviews that we've gotten people really see that our customers are happy, but also we have a script that we follow. And so when customers call in, they get all the information that they need. That script has been refined time and time again. It wasn't a one and done deal. It was a system that we followed with Thrive in the refining process, and that has obviously the 411% shows that system works.
Yeah, so here's a big one for you. So last week alone, our booking percentage was 91%. We actually booked more deals, more new customers last year than we did the first 5 months, or I'm sorry, we booked more deals last week than we did the first 5 months of last year from before we worked with Thrive. So again, we booked more deals last week than the first 5 months of last year. And it's incredible. But the reason why we have that success is by implementing the systems that Thrive has taught us and helped us out with. So.
Some of those systems that we've implemented are group interviews. That way we've really been able to come up with a really great team. We've created and implemented checklists. That way everything gets done and it gets done right. It creates accountability. We're able to make sure that everything gets done properly, both out in the field and also in our office. And also doing the podcast, like Jared had mentioned, that has really, really contributed to our success. But that, like I said, the diligence and consistency in doing those and that system has really, really been a big blessing in our lives. And also, it's really shown that we've gotten the success from following those systems.
Yeah. So before working with Thrive, we were basically stuck. Really no new growth with our business. And we were in a rut and we didn't know.
The last 3 years, our customer base had pretty much stayed the same. We weren't shrinking, but we weren't really growing either.
Yeah, and so we didn't really know where to go, what to do, how to get out of this rut that we're in. But Thrive helped us with that. They implemented those systems. They taught us those systems. They taught us the knowledge that we needed in order to succeed. Now it's been a grind. Absolutely, it's been a grind this last year. But we're getting those fruits from that hard work and the diligent effort that we're able to put into it. So again, we were in a rut. Thrive helped us get out of that rut. And if you're thinking about working with Thrive, quit thinking about it and just do it. Do the action, and you'll get the results. It will take hard work and discipline, but that's what it's going to take in order to really succeed. So we just want to give a big shout out to Thrive, a big thank you out there to Thrive. We wouldn't be where we're at now without their help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Morrow. I'm a pediatric dentist. Through our new digital marketing plan, we have seen a marked increase in the number of new patients that we're seeing every month, year over year. 1 month, for example, we went from 110 new patients the previous year to over 180 new patients in the same month. And overall, our average is running about 40 to 42% increase month over month, year over year. The group of people required to implement our new digital marketing plan is immense, starting with a business coach, videographers, photographers, web designers. Back when I graduated dental school in 1985, nobody advertised. The only marketing that was ethically allowed in everybody's eyes was mouth-to-mouth marketing. By choosing to use the services, you're choosing to use a proven turnkey marketing and coaching system that will grow your practice and get you the results that you're looking for. I went to the University of Oklahoma College of Dentistry, graduated in 1983, and then I did my pediatric dental residency at Baylor College of Dentistry from 1983 to 1985.
Hello, my name is Charles Kolaw with Kolaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with like running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with like Lee Crockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with like Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours where he does these tours all across the country where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. So I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building it into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy. Elon Musk, kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal. And they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right. And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company or, navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us. This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. As you can see, it's nice, right? So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood. This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
The Thrivetime Show, 2-day interactive business workshops, are the highest and most reviewed business workshops on the planet. You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And
And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot-coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.
Hey, I'm Ryan Wimpy with Tip Top Canine, and I'm the founder.
I'm Rachel Wimpy, and I am a co-founder.
So we've been running Tip Top for about the last 14 years, franchising for the last 3-4 years. So someone that'd be a good fit for Tip Top loves dogs, they're high energy, they want to be able to own their own job, but they don't want to worry about, that high failure rate. They want to do that like bowling with bumper lanes.
So you give us a call, reach out to us, we'll call you, and then we'll send you an FDD, look over that, read it, fall asleep to it, it's very boring, and then we'll book a discovery day, and you come and you can spend a day or two with us, make sure that you actually like it, make sure training dogs is something that you want to do.
So an FDD is a franchise disclosure document. It's a federally regulated document that goes into all the nitty-gritty details of what the franchise agreement entails.
So who would be a good fit to buy a Tip Top Canine would be somebody who loves dogs, who wants to work with dogs all day as their profession. You'll make a lot of money, you'll have a lot of fun, it's very rewarding. And who would not be a good fit is a cat person.
So the upfront cost for Tip Top is $43,000. And a lot of people say they're generating doctor money, but on our disclosure, the numbers are anywhere from over $1 million a year in dog training, what our Oklahoma City location did last year, to 25, 35 grand a month.
To train and get trained by us for Tip Top Canine, to run your own Tip Top Canine, you would be with us for 6 weeks here in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
So we've been married for 7 years.
8 years.
8 years. So if you're watching this video, you're like, hey, maybe I want to be a dog trainer. Hey, that one sounds super amazing. Go to our website, tiptopcanine.com, click on the yellow franchising tab, fill out the form, and Rachel and I will give you a call. Our Oklahoma City location last year, they did over $1 million. He's been running that shop for 3 years. Before, he was a youth pastor with 0 sales experience, 0 dog training experience before he ever met with us.
So just call us, come spend a day with us, spend a couple days with us, make sure you like training dogs, and own your own business.
Well, the biggest reason to buy a Tip Top Canine is so you own your own job and you own your own future, and you don't hate your life. You get an enjoyable job that brings a lot of income, but is really rewarding.
My name is Seth Flint, and I had originally heard about Tip Top Canine through my old pastors who I worked for. They trained their Great Pyrenees with Ryan and Tip Top Canine. They did a phenomenal job and became really good friends with Ryan and Rachel. I was working at a local church, and it was a great experience. I ended up leaving there and working with Ryan and Tip Top Canine. The biggest thing that I really enjoy about being self-employed is that I can create my own schedule. I have the ability to spend more time with my family, my wife and my daughter. So my very favorite thing about training dogs with Tip Top Canine is that I get to work with the people. Obviously, I love working with dogs, but it's just so rewarding to be able to train a dog that had serious issues, whether it's behavioral or whatever, and seeing a transformation, taking that dog home, and mom and dad are literally in tears because of how happy they are with the training. If somebody is interested, I'd say don't hesitate. Make sure you like dogs. Make sure that you enjoy working with people, because we're not just dog trainers. We are customer service people that help dogs, and so definitely don't hesitate. Just come in and ask questions. Ask all the questions you have.